Hello everyone and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Madara and he is in the Conqueror, the tier 10 British battleship. He is on the map Warriors Path in a 3-point domination game mode. It's obviously a tier 10 battle, there is no carrier around, the friendly team has one more destroyer and there is a little bit of radar on both sides. So let's see how this goes. There is a very brave Conqueror taking point Charlie. Now the Conqueror has radar, so I guess he is able to hold this point against the destroyer. But if a battleship was moving aggressive over there, he might have been in trouble. But everything's working out. The Conqueror will take this point for free, it looks like. So the friendly team can focus more on the center. And while Madara was at first going towards point Charlie, he is now, I guess, probably holding position at a more central location, and he might even decide to go towards point A soon. Now the friendly team isn't getting A, there is a Missouri over there with radar. I mean, the friendly team has radar there as well, so I guess they could counter that. And they have quite a few ships, but the Tashkent isn't the most sneaky destroyer and it doesn't look like he is in the mood to go scouting, and the radar ships probably weren't close enough. So losing A is no big deal if the friendlies can get the center, and it's looking rather decent. Madara is already pointing his ship towards point A, and he is close enough to provide some fire support if the enemy destroyer gets spotted here. But it looks like the enemy destroyer is not blocking the cap and the friendlies are capturing. So that's nice. So far no ship has been sunk, and if the friendlies get the center now, they will be in a great position. Now those ships at point A should already be thinking about maybe retreating a bit towards B. It's okay if they are somewhere here in a more aggressive position, if they want to create a crossfire better with the guys from B. There is no need for every friendly to sit exactly here in the center. So spreading a bit out is good, but I really wouldn't go towards the far left zone wall, especially if those ships want to rejoin the team. They have to sail broadside onto this massive fleet for a while, which is rather bad. And the Z-23 is spotted. Let's see if the friendly team can sink him before he escapes. And well, this was 2 incapacitations with no damage, that's sad. So it might be that the Z escapes. But I don't know, I mean this attacker should have shots and I'm afraid he escaped. Oh no, he did not. He did not, unfortunately the friendly Shimakaze is very low as well. But he is still floating, well no he is not. So it was a trade of destroyers, the friendly team still has 2. Still looking rather decent, and there goes a friendly cruiser. Anyway, now I dislike that the 2 friendly battleships are so far here towards the left. I mean, right now the friendly caps are not under attack, so the friendly team can just be there and try to get some nice shots at the enemy, and being spread out so far will create some crossfire opportunities. But those ships have to think about getting back towards the friendly team, and as I said, if they sail here broadside onto the enemy fleet, then they'll just get devastated. And if they want to get unspotted, they have to go far north, and that's not so desirable either. So meanwhile, Madara is sticking here at a more central position, and he is still trying to engage some enemies. So far he didn't have much luck with his guns, but you know, that's the problem of engaging ships at long ranges. But in high tier battles, that's often your fate, and there aren't that much opportunities to push in. I mean, there is a huge enemy blob there and no friendly ship wants to get too close towards them. Madara is making his way here towards point A, and he is using the cover of islands. Now let's hope the Missouri here can escape. He has almost made it to the safety of an island. And well, there are plenty of targets to choose from. Hindenburg would have been a good target, but I'm afraid the island kind of blocked it, and I guess the Missouri is a decent target as well. Getting rid of radar is always nice. Will take some time to burn her down, but anyway. And now you can see the two friendly battleships here. They are going so far north because they probably can't afford to show broadside here. So they want to go slightly angled, and the only way they can reasonably go is north. That also gives them the position to drop into stealth if they have to, and then when they are undetected move over here and rejoin the friendlies. And we got some fires on the Missouri, and the damage is coming in. Now if you have already two fires on an enemy, you might switch targets and burn somebody else, spread the love around. Starting fires is what the Conqueror is absurdly good at. And looks like the Missouri is still burning quite nicely. Now ship-wise it's not looking that great right now. The enemy team is 2 ships ahead, but points-wise the friendlies are still... well, they almost have the same amount of points just because they held 2 capture zones for a while now. So in the long run I would still favor the friendlies here if they are careful. Now Madara himself, he is showing has a bit too much broadside towards that Friedrich. Although I'm not, the Friedrich isn't that interested in him. But he is angling mostly against the big blob inside A. Of course his course is taking him further towards the zone wall, but again, the friendly team has 2 capture zones. Right now all they have to do is stay alive and, well, do some damage to the enemy. They don't have to be aggressive. The problem is that there is a big charge coming towards the center, and the Tashkent got just taken out. That is bad. So the friendly team is now 3 ships behind. Now the enemy team is making a big push here, which is exactly what they have to do. Now ideally you'd have destroyers here with torpedoes to counter that push. Like if the Fletcher was a bit more central, he could probably get a few nice hits if he were torping this big blob. And it would have been nice to have more battleships here in the center. Again, there is a crossfire opportunity here, right? If they push towards speed, they have to show broadside to a Montana, a Musashi and a Conqueror. And that's not something you wanna do. But I have some island cover here. Look, like this Yamato, for example. This Yamato could get shot into his broadside by 3 battleships. And, well, it looks like he's taking quite a bit of damage. So I guess the positioning here might pay off, but they didn't have enough in the center. Now they have lost vision. And, well, now the enemy can just push in here. So the friendlies are losing B. There is still an option to, I guess, take A with this force, right? Or I guess they could try to get back and defend B in time. The Fletcher is retreating towards C. He might be torping inside B here. And it's possible that there is a friendly push towards C. There are some defenders here, and if there's only only those 2 ships attack, maybe they can hold it. And, well, meanwhile this Missouri here is getting devastated rather nicely. So the next salvo might just finish off the Missouri. And It's nice. Now, considering how much broadside that Friedrich is showing, I would have probably switched to armor piercing right now. While high explosive is obviously a very powerful tool in the Conqueror, armor piercing is not to be underestimated either. Now there is also a Friedrich here on the outskirts that makes it a bit more problematic also with angling. And I think right now Madara is showing a little bit too much broadside here. Now overall this game is looking pretty bad. The friendlies have lost quite a lot of ships here. And there are two nice fires on the Friedrich. Now Madara wants to push in here and take A, but he again has to be careful. Once he takes out that Friedrich, he can then focus on the other one and he can just sail in here without that many problems about angling. This Friedrich here is almost down. Now there is still a Neptune around here. Neptune also means that there might just be torpedoes coming. So something to watch out for. And a nice fire on the Yamato. The Yamato is somewhat low. If he doesn't have damage con ready, this might be quite helpful. Here is a Neptune trying to retreat, showing broadside. Unfortunately, it's high explosive loaded, not armor piercing. And it's not like... yeah. So 2 citadels with 5 explosive. Because balance. And yeah, I feel slightly disgusted watching this. That's one less enemy cruiser. So points wise the friendly team is still ahead, and ship wise they have almost caught up. So holding 2 capture zones for quite a while really paid off. Now they just have to make sure that they retake some of them. Problematic is that they are losing C and they've lost just another ship. They also don't have a destroyer anymore. So it would still be quite problematic here. There is still over 5 minutes left, so I guess anything can happen. This Yamato is rather low. If they can take down the Yamato, would certainly be immensely helpful. And there you go. Now maybe he can cap A here. The friendly team really needs capture points and then eat them fast. They are still slightly ahead, but that won't last for very long. Also, I mean, getting this low health Hindenburg would help tremendously. Come on. He's at very low health and that's not enough. There are 2 friendly cruisers around here that might be able to finish her off. Unfortunately, the Hindenburg is currently undetected. There he is again. Madara is already waiting and prepared. Come on, shells. Well, 300 hit points, but a teammate secures the kill. So, friendly team has 1 point, right? They need more. Now the Donskoy is in retreat there. It's possible that he's just on very low hit points, and oh my god, there is a Friedrich here way too close. Madara is coming around here showing Probably a bit too much broadside, but there's nothing he can do about it. It looks like the Groß's guns are not prepared. And they are a little bit too late. Now the secondaries are getting in on it and are already starting a fire, because why not? And there is a second fire going on there. Now the Friedrich uses damage control because he has 2 fires. I get that sentiment, but he's fighting a Conqueror, and that Conqueror will just start 2 new ones. Because that's what a Conqueror does, because the Conqueror is a bitch. And well, I mean there is another fire. Now it looks like the Friedrich is willing to show quite a bit of broadside. He is probably expecting only high explosive shooting at him, so... well... but... Madara is switching to armor piercing. He sees his opportunity. The enemy battleship is still not thinking that armor piercing will ever be coming his way, I suppose. And very soon there will be a full salvo that's hopefully going to devastate his Kurfürst. I mean, he is already going down pretty much anyway. And there you go. Armor piercing does the trick. Now the friendly team is 1 ship ahead, and they are points-wise ahead. Now the Hindenburg is trying to take the center. The Donskoy might be going for Charlie. It's 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Now as long as the Hindenburg is blocking the cap, he doesn't even have to cap it. As long as he is blocking it, the enemy team gains the same amount of points as the friendlies. Now unfortunately there's a pretty healthy Montana coming this way. And that's probably bad news for Hindenburg. So the Hindenburg really will have to try to stay in cover. Or stay undetected. And well, the Montana is burning because there is a Conqueror around. Now the Donskoy is still trying to sneak into Charlie, and that's a very good idea. This game might just be decided by points. There is only 1 minute left. The friendly team wants as much as a points lead as possible in case they lose a ship. The Hindenburg is very low, and it's still quite possible that the Hindenburg is going down. Don't know where the gearing went. And well, we've also lost vision of the Montana. Somebody resetted the Hindenburg, looks like. The Hindenburg is trying very hard to stay behind an island. And well, the friendly team is now trying to capture 2 remaining points. The gearing is moving in. He knows he has to do something. He has to sink this Hindenburg. But I mean, there is only 10 seconds left. And there is quite a nice points lead for the friendlies. Madara scores another hit at the gearing. The Montana is coming in, but it's too late. Now let's take a look at the results. Madara managed to get 2,900 base experience, so very nicely done by him. I would have liked a little bit more aggressive play early on, but I guess that's just me and I tend to be overly aggressive in this game. Anyway, very nicely done by him. Madara earned himself Widerer, Arsonist, Confederate, Dreadnought and High Caliber. He scored 328,000 points of damage. And yeah, I think the Conqueror is too strong as a ship. That's just my personal opinion. But it was a good battle anyway, and it was a nice comeback. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. And I'll see you guys next time.